George Floyd murder, Derek Chauvin sentenced to over 22 years. The U.S. white ex-police officer convicted of murdering African-American man George Floyd in Minneapolis in May 2020 has been sentenced to 22 years and 6 months in jail. The judge said Derek Chauvin's sentence was based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to Mr. Floyd. Mr. Floyd, 48, died after Chauvin knelt on his neck for 9 minutes. His murder caused global protests against racism and police brutality. Chauvin, 45, was convicted of second-degree murder and other charges last month. During his trial, his lawyer described the killing as an error made in good faith. Chauvin was also told to register as a predatory offender and was barred from owning firearms for life. He and 3 other former officers are separately charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights. The Floyd family and their supporters welcomed the sentence. This historic sentence brings the Floyd family and our nation one step closer to healing by delivering closure and accountability, lawyer Ben Crump tweeted. Mr. Floyd's sister Bridget Floyd said the sentence shows that matters of police brutality are finally being taken seriously, but there was still a long way to go. President Joe Biden said the sentence seemed to be appropriate, but admitted that he did not know all the details. During the sentencing hearing, Mr. Floyd's brother Terrence Floyd demanded the maximum available, a sentence of 40 years. Why? What were you thinking? What was going through your head when you had your knee on my brother's neck, he said. Mr. Floyd's daughter Gianna, aged 7, appeared in a video recording, saying she missed him and she loved him. I ask about him all the time, she said. My daddy always used to help me brush my teeth. The judge said the case had been painful for the community and the country, but above all, for Mr. Floyd's family. What the sentence is not based on is emotion or sympathy, but at the same time, I want to acknowledge the deep and tremendous pain that all the families are feeling, especially the Floyd family, said Judge Peter Cahill. Chauvin told the court he offered his condolences to the Floyd family, saying there would be some other information in the future, and he hoped things will give you some peace of mind. However, he did not apologize. In court, Chauvin's mother said he was a good man. I have always believed in your innocence, and I will never waver from that, said Carolyn Pollenty. Chauvin's sentence was one of the longest a former police officer has ever received for deadly force, said Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison.